Hey everyone, welcome to the beautiful Mariner of the Seas. John here from Bite Size Cruises. We are at Perfect Day Coco Cay today. We are going to do a full tour of the cruise ship, so come with me. Hey everyone, John here, back from Bite Size Cruises here in the future. Here we are on Mariner of the Seas. As you can see, it's like just in the middle, the beginning of the morning here. I try to film a majority of the cruise ship very early in the morning so as not to disrupt people's days. We really try to make these videos about the ship and not about us. So we don't want to be wandering around the ship with a big camera and everything, making us the focal point. We really try to get the essence of the ship. So if you ever watch these and it looks a little dark or early in the morning, that's why. So here we are out on the upper pool deck, trying to give you a good visual of the whole ship so you can kind of see the size of it. This is a nice size ship. It's not like one of the super large mega ships that exists today. It is a medium level ship. It is a very nice size. This could be like the perfect size ship for a lot of people. You do have a lot of things to do, but it's not overwhelming. Here on deck 11 towards the back of the ship, we are going to see Johnny Rockets, or actually, sorry, deck 12. Johnny Rockets here. If you go straight, you can go up to the flow rider on the back of the ship. But right here, we're just going to take a little peek into Johnny Rockets. It's the very traditional Johnny Rockets experience. I'm not a huge fan of Johnny Rockets. It's not my favorite experience on Royal Caribbean, but it is fun. It's very nostalgic. I get it. I did eat lunch there, and it was good. So here is the spa entrance. Again, I try not to be disruptive, so I'm not going to go into any of the, treatment centers or anything like that. Just wanted to give you a peek of where it is there on deck 12. And then here is the Challengers Arcade, which is right outside of Adventure Ocean, where you could drop your kids off at any time for their daily activities there. The arcade is actually much bigger than it is on a lot of the Oasis, or not so much the Quantum class, because I feel like there's a lot of arcade stuff just spread around on the Quantum class ships. But this is a pretty large arcade for a ship of this size. My only complaint with these arcades that they have now is that it's more games of chance. They're trying to get you to spend money to win things instead of just having traditional, really fun, great games. Kind of like how Virgin does it, where they have just an old school arcade where you can play all the arcade games. And that's actually complimentary. So to me, I like the arcades here. I love going in and playing some of the games, but I do wish it was more arcade driven and not as much games of chance where you're just trying to win tickets to win prizes. But of course, as a business is, totally understand why that makes sense. There's the little explorers where you drop off 6 to 8 year olds. Got some air hockey back here, which is definitely fun. And again, this is a really big arcade for this size of a ship. A lot of fun. That in front of you is the teen nightclub back there. So all of Adventure Ocean is kind of combined here and in back or in front of the arcade, which makes it really convenient for the kids. That's the Voyagers Club back there as well for 9 to 12 year olds. Now we're going to pop up here on deck 13. This is the upper sun deck. And right here in the back, you are going to see the Mariner Dunes. So you're going to get your little mini golf course back here, which I think is really nice. This is a nice place for the golf, and it's a nice little mini golf course. That right there in front of you is a little shower. If it's hot, you can hit the button and enjoy that. And I like that there's like a little sitting area back here by the golf, which makes it really nice. If your kids are out here, you can still sit down, relax for a couple minutes, and watch your kids do what kids do and just swing golf clubs and hit all the things on the golf course. There you go. So that is Mariner Dunes. And then we're going to wind around to the other side here. They also have these nice little day beds out. Those are very nice. However, the one thing I don't understand is if they were on the sides, I think it'd be great. But being right here, it's obviously a beautiful view, but there are people up here playing mini golf all day. So I imagine that gets a little loud. And if you are wondering, after everybody gets up from these daybeds, they do replace the sheets and everything every time somebody leaves. So here we are looking down on the sports court and, of course, the Royal Caribbean staple of the rock climbing wall. This is a day we are in Nassau, so this is a port day, so I jumped up here because there wasn't a lot of people on the ship. As you can see, we are surrounded by ships. See the flow rider here. I also like up here on deck 13 by the sports court in the back of the ship here, they have these hammocks and swings as well, which are really fun. Good view of the flow rider. You get the entrance to the water slide, which were all added during the amplification, which is really nice. The other thing you have to remember on these older ships, these were very traditional cruise ships, and in the recent years they've retrofitted all of these to kind of go along with the rest of the Royal Caribbean fleet and the kind of more family fun stuff to do driven experience, which is great. There are a ton of things to do on this ship. Obviously, you see here you got the slides. So coming up here after we look at the flow rider again and the beautiful Nassau area, we're going to walk up here. This used to be the Skypad. So the Skypad was a kind of virtual reality experience with like trampolines. And they had this on a few ships and a few people got injured. And I think there were some lawsuits. So that is no longer a thing. But you can come up here and they play cornhole up here and they have a couple little fun experiences. And it's just a cool spot to kind of get a look around. If you're on an island or even out at sea, it's a beautiful little spot there. Now we're going to go up to deck 14. We're almost at the top of the ship here, and you're going to see Ellington's Jazz Club, where this would traditionally be the Viking Crown Lounge here. So as we look up here in the Jazz Club, this place, they do a lot of different things during the day. It's a great place to just have peace and quiet in the early mornings and afternoons. They do silent disco up here. It does become a nightclub at night, and they do some other functions as well up here. Here's the entrance to the Diamond Club, which is now going to be called the Crown Lounge. They're changing the name of that officially, which means that there are some changes coming to the loyalty program. Again, just a quick look at Ellington's here. It's just a beautiful spot, especially for sail away or just a nice sea day where you're relaxing. It does get a little crowded up there with people reading and crocheting and knitting and all of those things. It's a really fun area. So here we are on the main pool deck. I kind of give you a lot of different perspectives of the pool deck, so you'll see it again later. I always like to just show people the full experience. There's some cool artwork there. And then remember, on the two sides of the ship, there's your little soft serve ice cream machine. There's an attendant there from 11 a.m. until nighttime. On the two sides of the ship, if you're looking at the ship, you have the right side, which is the starboard side, the left side, which is the port side. So on the left side of the ship, the port side is where you can smoke. I think it's that side. Oh, now that I just said that, I have no idea. So anyway, on one side of the pool deck, there is smoking. On the other side, there is not. It'll be very easy to see that when you get on the ship. Should have been more prepared, people. I apologize. So you have a pretty large pool deck here, which I like a lot. I like their pool deck configuration very much, way more than I like Norwegian's with their tiny little baby pools. You do have a couple pools here. I don't really go in the pool, so I don't know why it bothers me, but it is something to think about. The pool configuration is very nice. The chairs that you see in front of you that look like movie theater configuration are for suite concierge guests and also for Pinnacle Club guests. Pinnacle is the highest tier of the Crown and Anchor loyalty program. There you have your little pool bar. There's another bar up as we go up to the next level on to 12. And you can see the little sign that says it's reserved seating there. You can see the big movie screen from there. It's a great place to sit at night and watch the movies. We wander up to the next little pool bar there at the next level just to kind of keep some kind of flow going. Royal Caribbean does a great job with logistics, so there's a great thought process of keeping flow and keeping places from really getting crowded. I love that they do that. Makes all the sense in the world. This is another great spot. If you can get this little table here for movie night, you are living your best life. So then we're just going to wrap up the rest of the pool deck here. Just to give you a little kind of view of the upper pool deck again. I just wandered around a little bit. If I saw something cool, I just wanted to get it on video. So you have this little artwork there, which is really cool, which is right next to the Sky Lounge. We're at the front of the ship here, walking around the jogging track. Then we're just going to pop up here to the upper pool deck again, where it's just this little kind of platform in the middle of the pool deck. It's always weird. I always see these. I'm not sure what purpose they serve. I never see anybody up here really except for on Sail Away or if you're going under like the bridge in New York or something like that. But otherwise, these areas are pretty empty. It's really interesting to me. So now we're going to pop back down right outside of the pool there on deck 11. And we're going to wander into the Salarium. We're actually going to walk outside the doors that lead to the Salarium. I'm going to show you why. You see here, just wanted to show you the little boards there. We're going to go, this is the door that leads to the Salarium. They have these cool little chairs there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk out these doors here to the Peekaboo Bridge. And then you get these amazing sprawling views. This is like low-key one of the best places to hang out on the ship. If you love sunrises or sunsets, come out here. It's usually pretty empty. It was very empty every morning. I came out here and got some footage. Every time we were docking at like Perfect Day or Nassau, I got some beautiful sunrises. And as you can see here, it's just beautiful, beautiful views. It winds all the way around to the front of the ship. Where you can actually, the Peekaboo Bridge, obviously, you can peek down into the bridge if the shades or blinds are open. They're not as I go out here at this point, but they are at different points during the day, so we'll get to see just like where it is. But I'll let you enjoy this view for a few quick seconds here. That's your little step down there to go check out the bridge. Like I said, usually empty up here. See, there's one other person in the morning. They have a little description about what the bridge does. And then obviously if the blinds are open, you could check out and see what the captain and them are doing. Then we head back and we're actually going to walk through the Salarium there. I love the Salarium on this class of ships. It's much bigger than some of the other ships. Like I was just on God, I forget what ship I was on. But it's a nice size Salarium. It's open, which is one of the downfalls, I think, when I did the tour of Vision last week. Vision has the huge inside Salarium, which I love, which is adults only. This is also adults only, but it is open to the elements, so if it is raining or chilly or anything, you don't get that bonus. But it's really cool in here. There's plenty of hot tub space, plenty of pool space. And again, now it's 18 plus to enter, which I think is fantastic. Those are some big hot tubs. There's one on both sides. Big little shower there. You get the padded cushions in here. There are day beds again over there. If you do get up and leave, they will change those sheets for the next people, which is very good to know. And they spray them down and everything, so it's really good to know. And we're just going to pop back out. I'm going to take you across the other side of the pool deck walking towards the front of the ship, or towards the back of the ship, I apologize, so that you can see the movie theater, the movie screen up there, and just kind of get a better look at the pool deck. I always like to give a lot of different views of the pool deck because I know it's a very crowded space and people want to know, set up ahead of time, get their little game plan of where they're going to camp out. Get your towels out there at 5 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, it's early in the morning here and it's pretty calm, so it's very nice. I don't see quite as many chair hogs now as I used to, but I'm sure that will come back as well. It's like everything else. And then as we wind down here again towards the Windjammer, you're going to see the doghouse here, which I like. They added the doghouse here. This is complimentary. You can come here at any time during the day between lunch and dinner. You can get hot dogs, bratwurst, sauerkraut, onions, ketchup, mustard, the whole 9 yards. They do have beer there as well. Now we're going to walk into the Windjammer. Remember, when you walk into the Windjammer, clean those hands, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Make everything clean so nobody gets norovirus or COVID or anything else that's going around. And then, as you can see, the Windjammer on the Voyager class ships it's big. It's really big, and it was crowded on most sea days. Port days, obviously, it's pretty nice. And then if you come up here early in the morning or like the first person in here at lunch, it's pretty quiet. You can grab food pretty quickly and sit down and really enjoy your meal before like the big rush of everybody coming in and grabbing all the food. Great selection of different foods. It's not set up like the newer ships where they have different stations, but there are stations that are just in the straight buffet like most of the older ships. The newer ships have like little stations that sit outside in like the areas like these carvery ones. They have tons of those. But it's nice. There is no outdoor space for the buffet in the back there, but there's Jason from the Travel Scouts. And then lots of different areas here for desserts and cheeses and meats. And you see your drink stations. You are not allowed to get your own drinks at the drink stations. I don't know why that's a new thing for me, but recently it was that way, but during the pandemic, but then it went away. This is Jamie's Italian. I'm really shocked at how big these specialty dining restaurants are. This is inside the Windjammer. My guess is when they did the like refit and amplification, they just cut down the size of the buffet a little bit, which is fine. And they added these two specialty restaurants here in Jamie's and Chops, which you will see uno momento. But this is Jamie's, really good Italian, pretty classic traditional Italian food. And then we pop into Chops Grill here. Again, really big, pretty much same size. See Carnival ship over there. Two Carnival ships, actually. See double whale tails. Goes all the way back. There's a big table in the back if you have a large group or a family, which is really nice. They have the open pass for as traditional steakhouses do. And obviously it's a little dark in here like most steakhouses are. But lots of seating, and it was never super crowded, which is really nice. And odd. Post-pandemic, especially dining's been very crowded. Now we're just going to pop into the fitness center. It's very big. You can see lots of weights, lots of treadmills. We will take you quickly into the workout area where they have like little classes and things. All right, so here we are, the world-renowned Royal Promenade from Royal Caribbean. So obviously this Voyager class was the class that started the Royal Promenade, and it's evolved to where it is today on those huge Oasis and Icon class ships. But right here, I love what they've done on Mariner of the Seas here. As you get to the Royal Promenade, we'll see the differences that have popped up from the other Voyager class ships. But you have your standards, you have your excursion area here. On the other side of the staircase there, you're going to have guest services, which is always crowded for I don't know what reason. We have our next cruise area as we walk up forward a little bit. Excuse me. So next cruise, if you don't know, you can book a cruise while you're on a cruise and you get a little bit extra onboard credit. So as you wander down the Royal Caribbean Royal Promenade here, you'll see there are your normal shops. You have always have the like Regalia watch and jewelry store. You're going to have port merchants, which is your liquor, and then just various sundries like suntan lotion and stuff. Very expensive there. You're going to have the market on this ship, which is going to have all your Royal Caribbean gear, and then a bunch of other things. That's called the shop on a lot of the newer ships. Then as we wind around here, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a new addition to the promenade on Mariner here, which is the Bamboo Room, which is a really fun bar on the newer Icon class ships. They're going to have something like this, the Pesky Parrot, I think it's called. So it's like a tiki bar. It's very fun. It's great drinks in here, really cool ambiance. I love this bar. In the evenings, they did all the meetups here. So like the singles meetup, the LGBTQ meetups, all of that kind of stuff. But it's a really fun spot. Good place to go on day one and grab a drink as soon as you get on the ship. Then you're going to wander down here. You see the steps down to the casino. And then on your left, we got the British pub. Very standard for the Royal Caribbean Promenade. Always a good time in here at night. They have a acoustic guitarist. He's usually there from starting, I think, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. He was great. Salarium, you have your makeup and eyewear store there. And then we wander down. You have your Coca-Cola freestyle machines. You're going to have your Ben & Jerry's, your coffee, and your Cafe Promenade here on the right. You can get Starbucks coffee up here. There's also an actual Starbucks, which we'll see shortly. But both of those up here was actually more crowded than the actual Starbucks, which is funny. Cafe Promenade here has grab-and-go food all day, morning, afternoons, and evenings. You can get pizza in the afternoon and evenings here because obviously these older ships don't have Sorrentos. But you do have everything you need there: coffee, tea, water, juices. They have free coffee as well. Then the other new addition to the promenade there is Playmakers. So Playmakers has a la carte food, and obviously they got pool tables. The pool tables are free. You come in here, you can eat at any time. They have all the big games on. Royal Caribbean has a deal with the NFL, so they have all the NFL games, which is really great. And then as you wander down here, we're at the end of the Royal Promenade, and we're going to wind around and we're going to head over towards the Star Lounge. Get a good look at the stairs and the elevators there. Wander over here. This is right outside of the Star Lounge. We are at the Pinnacle Club Lounge. This is also the library. So they use it in the evenings for Pinnacle members, but you can come in here during the day and find some books or grab some other things there. Pretty quiet. Obviously, it's pretty quiet in here during the day. It does get pretty crowded in the evening. There are a few computers there too. You still have to pay for the internet on those computers, so it's not free. Then you wander here into the Star Lounge. Star Lounge is a big room. They play all of the games in here, so all of your games that aren't in the Royal Theater take place here in the Star Lounge. You're gonna have like your karaoke with the band in here, your yes or no games, your higher or lower, that kind of stuff. All takes place here in the Star Lounge, where you get to hang out with the cruise director staff. Sorry about the shaky camera work there. There's a large bar in the back here. This is also low-key a great place to come in and grab a drink in the evening if everything else is crowded. You can get in there pretty easily. Now we come down here to deck 4. You have your Royal Caribbean tradition, the schooner bar there. It's a pretty decent sized schooner bar. And then right across from it, you have Izumi, Hibachi, and Sushi. One of our favorite places. We love to go here for sail away to Hibachi and have a really fun time on the evening of sailing. Have a little fun with your chef there. And now we're going to wind down into the casino. I love on these older ships, they have the glass floors here with all the stuff in the floor. It's really cool. It's a little trippy, makes you feel like you're going to walk through it. The casino is a really good size on this ship. It was very crowded every single day of the cruise, which is really interesting. Nonetheless, really big casino, all of your fun games in here, tons of slots, obviously, some tables, they have poker tournaments, blackjack, all of the things, craps, roulette, all of your normal games. It does get a little smoky down here, unfortunately, so if you don't like smoke, this is not going to be your favorite place, for sure. Also, the bar in here, great place to come and grab a drink. If you are prime or higher on your casino, you get free drinks in here, as long as the casino's open. But again, really nice space. It's large, plenty of room, but it was very crowded. And that winds down through where the schooner bar is. On the other end of the casino, you're going to pop out and we're going to see Boleros here, which is your Latin nightclub. Staple on all the Royal Caribbean ships. Gets very crowded at night, lots of fun. There's live music in here every day and night, which is just a ton of fun. On the other side of Boleros, we're going to wander over and they have the beautiful Starbucks. This is a full Starbucks. You can get all your Starbucks stuff there. You can use your Starbucks gift cards or your Starbucks app to pay. And they have the fun Been There series mugs for each of the ships. This is the main dining room at the end of Deck 4 here, which obviously sprawls down and up. So it goes 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful dining room. I love the older, really cool, beautiful dining rooms. Then we're getting towards the end here. We're going to head down to Deck 3 and check out Studio B, which is the ice skating rink on the cruise ship. Yes, that's right, the ice skating rink. Amazing. Hard to believe that there's ice skating on a cruise ship, but there is. And ice shows. Come and watch an ice show in the evening here. They're always amazing. Wind around, you'll get a good look at how big the area is. Plenty of seating. You can sit up here and have drinks. You can relax. You can go down during the day and ice skate, which is really fun. But beautiful place. This is a great place. They do nightclub in here one night. They do silent disco in here sometimes. They do the Crazy Quest game in here. So lots of stuff going on. Royal Caribbean does a great job of using a lot of the different venues to make sure there are a ton of things going on. And you always have something to do on the ships, especially on sea days where it tends to be a little more laid back. So then we are down again on Deck 3. So this is if you would be coming down from where the schooner bar and Izumi is, and you're going to walk right into the Royal Theater. It's a beautiful theater. Holds a little less than 1,000 people. Really big. No bad seats in the house. All the shows were really good on our cruise. Lots of different variety shows. There is no like Broadway musical or anything, but it's still really nice. Then if you would like to go on a cruise ship and buy a piece of art that you could see on every other cruise ship, that's just a print of all of those that you see on every single cruise ship in the world. But somehow you still have to pay thousands of dollars for it and have it framed and shipped to your house. There you go. You can buy that on the ship there. Just kidding, everyone. But it is a little ridiculous. But if you love art, go for it. It's they do have some beautiful things. They're just the same on all the ships. It's just funny that there's like no variations of painting. It's like 4 painters in all of their paintings. Then a little hidden gem here at the end. If you go all the way to the front of the ship on Deck 5, if you walk outside on Deck 4 and then wander up to Deck 5, you will find the helipad. Great place for a sail away. It does get crowded, but it's awesome. Great views. thank you so much for watching our tour. Let us know if you've been on Mariner, and we really appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Bye.